Hello everybody, JJ's Free Time here. Enjoying some Mountain Dew that doesn't taste like anything anymore. But yeah. So again, this is to Jamie Oliver. Now, I only read this news article because someone actually gave me didn't give me a news article. They said to me that Jamie Oliver failed or some shit like that. We kind of knew this would have failed because, let's face it, sugar in drinks is not the problem. Jamie Oliver is the problem. Let me move this camera here. No, that didn't work. But yeah, Jamie Oliver is more of the problem. And let's face facts here, folks. Sugar in sugary drinks is not the problem. He's now claiming on a news article that Yazoo has 9 or 8 teaspoons of fucking sugar in it. And if you want to make something taste good in milky drinks, and if you want people to drink milk, that's how you do it. You put sugar in it. So it just shows that milk drinks are not that good for you, for that from his standpoint. But milk is good for you, and the sugar is also good for you, Jamie fucking Oliver. No matter what you fucking say. Anyway, I thought I'd let you know that it has failed, because my Jamie Oliver rant that I made on him, saying how much he was a cunt and how much I hate him for the sugar tax and how much of a fucking hypocrite he is, which he still is. You know, one of these days we've got to get so far to everyone going to his restaurant and then saying he's a hypocrite. Because he is. He sells this shit. Not Mountain Dew. He probably wouldn't put anything tasteful in. He'd probably sell something like this, Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So, again, take the floated head's advice on sugar is as natural as your farts. So yeah, that's all I have to say on the matter. Again, Jamie Oliver is still a cunt. I don't like him. His sugar tax has failed everyone. He says it's failed the kids. I tell you what, Jamie Oliver, why don't you just start crying again like you always do in your fucking shitty documentaries about how kids are having too much sugar or too much fatty foods and all that crap. Your Mars bar thing or whatever you did to the so-called king size didn't work. It's just 2 separate chocolate bars in it, which kind of simulates one big bar, and other things like that didn't work, did it? No, it didn't. And now people are pissed off with you. They went towards this instead just to get their revengeance on you. And plus, even if you did it secretly behind the government's back, you would find that people would never, buy anything with aspartame in it. And people would keep buying this shit. So what does this mean then? I don't know. I'm guessing the sugar tax is still continuing. But in Yazoo drinks now, apparently. Putting aspartame in fucking milk, that's not going to taste like shit at all. I mean, already in fizzy shit, it tastes like crap. So, who knows? Anyway, this is my message to Jamie Oliver. You're a cunt, you're a hypocrite, and I don't want to ever come near you if I'm in London. That's to you. Fuck you. Now then, considering the fact that video you just saw with me on the sofa wasn't very long, I thought I would bring up the video that Jamie Oliver did. I'm not going to show it on the screen or anything, but I am going to play it and see if I can find it. So it's hidden for some reason, probably for a good reason. Jamie Oliver. Jamie fucking Oliver. I'm going to do it off Sky News because, well, I can't be honest. Alright, sugar tax, let's try that. I saw it a moment ago on this thing. Sugar tax, here we go. No. Where's Jamie Oliver's head on? You can use search Jamie Oliver. Hold on a second. Here we go, I found it. So this is the article. Jamie Oliver says government obesity stationery lets Britain kids down as he calls for sugar tax to hit milk drinks. He's blaming us again. That's all he seems to be doing. Fucking blaming the fucking man. Anyway, as a bonus, I'm going to play some of this drivel from Sky.
There was a lot of work to be done. I felt along that whole journey that the room and the people in the room and the way that Mr. Cameron ran the room was really good, if I'm honest, and I was impressed. Obviously, with everything that happened with the election, Brexit, the world changed a little. Look, I think...
Brexit didn't do anything. Stop blaming Brexit. Brexit wasn't... Again, as I said in my previous statement, Jamie Oliver is the problem.
What I saw come out the other end was a massive disappointment. But it was a massive disappointment on I think we let British kids down, and I think we let British parents down. But you know what? I am optimistic about the new advisors. Thank God we got new ones. They seem bright and enthusiastic, and I think they care.
Yes, something Jamie Oliver is bright. I'm fucking autistic in certain manners, right? I have learning problems, I have a speech problem, and yet I understand that he is bullshitting.
And I think that our responsibility is to try and support them, get enough good stuff over the line with Mrs. May. It is fantastic for a few reasons, if I may explain. First of all, we've already seen a lowering of consumption of these drinks.
Where's the statistics? You haven't put a statistic on the screen. You haven't fucking showed us that people have been buying less fizzy drinks. In fact, I've seen people buy them in bigger quantities since this happened. How? What's my data? I'm not going to tell you. You just got to take my word for it. See what he's doing, folks?
Win. Already, you know, when I first came to this very select committee, you know, it had this particular product had this much sugar in, okay? And everyone was aghast because what, again, I developed with my son was the numbers 12 and a teaspoon. And that's what I felt that British busy parents required to make quick, impulsive decisions.
So let them fucking decide. Who cares if it has 9 teaspoons of sugar? 9 teaspoons of fucking minute. And anyways, as I've pointed out in the previous statement, that's what I had to say. You know, sugar is as natural as your farts. It's natural as you and me. The only reason obesity happens, if it is related with sugar, is because we overdose on the sugar. You know, it goes overboard. And even then, no, it just creates more energy anyway. It's what we established. It's nothing to do with obesity, you know. Nothing to do with obesity. Nothing to do with it. Unless it went totally overboard with fat, fine. Maybe sugar might have a tiny, tiny dent. But I've had sugar all my life. But I've had more fatty foods, which is why I'm like this, folks. More fatter than ever. Nothing to do with sugar. If I was on sugar right now, I would probably lose more weight because I have more energy to lose the fat.
Obviously,
Well, he never tells you that, does he?
Labelling is tied up in EU politics, and actually one of the upsides of Brexit will be more controls over honesty and packaging and colour coding, and all finally agreeing a language we can all agree on.
Whoa. Wasn't he against the EU and he was going to leave it? Hang on. He was just going to leave the country because the EU happened. What did he just say?
And that's what I felt that British busy parents required to make quick, impulsive decisions. Obviously, labelling is tied up in EU politics, and actually one of the upsides of Brexit will be more controls over honesty and packaging and colour coding, and all finally agreeing a language we can all agree on. And actually one of the upsides of Brexit will be more controls over honesty and packaging and colour coding, and all finally agreeing a language we can all agree on.
I thought you was against this shit about leaving the EU. And now you're saying it's... You make no sense, Jamie fucking Oliver. Jamie Liar.
But this is what happened. Bearing in mind, the sugary drinks tax is only active for 1 week, and this has happened. What we've seen, even in our first week, is 2 out of 3 soft drinks companies reduce and reformulate.
Only because you told them to. If they had the choice, they would have fucking left it. But you kept fucking saying to them, take it out, otherwise we'll tax the shit out of you. There's not been much, going on with the sugar tax, folks. Don't believe what he's saying. Drinks have probably gone right up since then. He's not fucking showing the statistics. Or he's showing his bags of sugar here and saying, look, it's 1 or 2 sachets less. So it's not really cutting it down much, is it?
Having lived in a world of voluntary reduction and the responsibility deal, which at largely didn't work, it should have been the accountability deal. I think
it all didn't work, Jamie Oliver. It all didn't work.
Acted as such, and you saw turbocharged reformulation. I think that ultimately obesity and diet-related disease, in its simplest form, we have a problem with excess calories and energy in the atmosphere. That was one hell of a tax that made a difference straight away.
But it didn't do anything. What he forgot to tell you was, even though he took some part of the sugar out, he put a poison into the drinks, making people die faster because we don't know if this aspartame is going to kill people or not. Taking the most natural ingredient out and shoving something else in. That's not a fucking good move. That is fucking stupid. No statistics you have shown, Jamie Oliver, relates to the sugar tax at all. The sugar tax has failed, as you said. It's time for you to fuck off out the country like you said you was going to do when Brexit came. I haven't got a clue why you didn't leave, to be honest. You're probably just a pussy. And let's face facts here. Since the sugar tax, I've not noticed any fucking difference. People are buying even more, I've noticed, in most shops. I'm not going to show you the statistics because he's not done it properly. He's not shown you a statistic graph showing that people have stopped buying it. And of course, it would go down a little bit because of the because you fucking took a couple of fucking spoons out. So, and you still left a load in. So, and then you put aspartame in it with it. And Pepsi and Coca-Cola and all that are still putting sugar in their drinks. Like 20% still. Alright, maybe a little bit difference in the amount of grams in it. I'll give you that. But it's not worked. And it will never work. And if you keep it going, people are going to get pissed with you and call you a hypocrite. Because you are a hypocrite. Your restaurants are literally fucking hypocrisy written all over it. You hate sugary drinks. You hate America because of their fucking fat, all that crap. Look at your fucking menus again, Jamie Oliver, and tell me that you're not a hypocrite. Fuck you.